I have a real nightmare dating profile tale to tell you, and I'm gonna start at the end. This woman jumps into my Reddit inbox, and like I said, this is the end. She says, and that is the tale of Daniel J. Adams, a man who tries to cheat on his wife and then threatens to murder and grape a woman in that order. And I'm about to now start at the very beginning of this story with all that this vile person has done. Daniel does this really weird thing where he keeps calling her name. He keeps using her first name, and this is his first message that he sends to her. And this is very, very vile. So I'm going to say words that are obviously very edited. But he says, "Hey, L, what say I step on your stupid, ugly effing face whilst I ram my privates into different parts of your body alternatively. I'm not busy tonight at the moment." She says, "Sounds awesome." She says, "Sounds awesome," but she does not believe it's awesome. She says, "My place or yours." No, I'm sorry. He says, "My place or yours." She sends me a message right after she sent me that profile. She says, "I reported him." She says, "And then I deleted my profile to match him again to try to find out where he lived or who he was. This man's not smart." I didn't understand. I was like, "I don't understand what you mean by this. Why did you have to delete your profile to find out where he is?" She says, "I reported him to Tinder, so that instantly unmatches you with someone. But the messages he sent were so concerning that I wanted to find out who he was because that stuff was insane. I was worried he'd actually do that to someone. Oh, and I contacted Tinder directly and sent them everything. They responded to me within 10 minutes. So, like I said, she just deleted her account just to put it back up to rematch with him. And he's still just calling her name like some kind of psychopath. So he's like, "Hey, L, you're super cute. Why the bag over your head, may I ask?" And then she's just grabbing information. She's like, "How old are you?" He says, "Older than you, yet I look 27. I look really good naked." She's like, "LOL, good to know." He says, "Vital." She says, "I used to live in blank by the blank tunnel. You close enough to hear the trains in the tunnel at night? It's really cool." He says, "Yes. How's life treating you these days, L?" And then this dude gives his full name, his government name, his address, and his phone number to this woman. He gives all of his information to this woman like a weirdo. And she says, "Super weird. You wanted to stomp on my neck this morning, but thanks for giving me your info." He gave all of his info without even being prompted. These people do not get, like, they have no sense of self-preservation. He really feels comfortable doing this. Then at the bottom, he's still giving more information. "I just moved to North Adams from Martha's Vineyard Island and brought a big, beautiful colonial home. I'm in the process of refurnishing, mid-century modern, mostly Ethan Allen, and I just dropped off a classic Ford to be tuned up here in a garage downtown." So he also has a Ford. He's giving her so much information about himself. All right, so here she is sending me an inbox saying, "He willingly sent me all of his info because I believe he thinks I knew who he was because the cops showed up to his house because of the Facebook post. I wasn't able to grab screenshots, but he was very insistent that I knew who he was. He was trying some very bad reverse psychology, I guess." So this woman who I'm talking to in my inbox, she made a fake Facebook page just so she can post this on the North Adams Police Department Facebook page. She says, "Women, be careful of this man named Daniel on Tinder. He moved to North Adams from Martha's Vineyard, has a white dog, fading ginger hair. He's about 50 or so, just bought a colonial on the outskirts of North Adams. This man is dangerous and sick. He matched with me. He matched with a friend of mine and sent this. Be careful of Daniel from North Adams on Tinder." And then she shares this very vile message that he sent her. The police show up to Daniel's house and they must have given him her phone number, which is really strange because what if this wasn't a Google phone number? That would have been really strange. So Daniel text messages this woman and she says, "Why are you such a sick F?" He says, "All for you." She says, "So sweet." He says, "I am really quite the gentleman, just like to get down. Want to have some fun?" He calls her name again. And then she says, "Do you need a wellness check, Daniel? I really don't know who you are or what's wrong. Is everything okay? I'm trying to help you. This is strange behavior and it seems like you need some help." And then right here, I circled it in red. He says, "I got this number for the false police report. Thanks." I think he meant to say, "I got this number from the false police report." And she says, "Have you been drinking, taking anything?" And then down below, this is where she sent me the message to Reddit. She says, "On Tinder, he kept insisting I knew who he was. I told him I have no clue who he is, and he has no effing clue who he's dealing with. I find out this desiccated piece of ginger poop is married. So now she knows that Daniel is married." She finds Daniel's wife on Facebook and sends all of these screenshots. She says, "Come and get your man. No one else wants him." And she basically sends the Tinder profile and all of the messages these vile messages that he sent to that woman. This is the Reddit message to me. She says, "So I told her to come get her mans. There's a Facebook page, MVPBS, scam alert, detailing this poor excuse for a human's extremely alarming and dangerous behavior going back about 15 years. There's public speculation on that page that he abuses his wife. He's been banned from Tinder. The police gave him yet another visit, and his wife has all the screenshots." Here's the Facebook page that she was talking about. Scam alert, MVPBS. This is from August 2015. It says, "If you've been accosted by Daniel J. Adams," he really puts this initial J in the middle. "If you've been accosted by Daniel J. Adams wearing a webcam or no webcam, please contact the Vineyard Haven police at," and gives a phone number, "who are actively investigating him. This guy has been around for over 3 years scamming businesses on this island because nobody reported him. Please report these incidents so that our community can be safe from this person." So Daniel J. Adams has a history. So here's just more of his Tinder profile. "Long-term, open to short, about me. An Adams of Back Bay who recently moved to the Berkshires from the Vineyard into a big, beautiful colonial home on the side of a mountain." There are so many married men on these dating profiles. This is one of the reasons why that some of these men don't commit to times, because many of them do have wives at home. How does she describe him? A desiccated piece of poop, a desiccated ginger piece of poop. And then one more picture of the desiccated ginger piece of poop, a side profile, if you will. So here is his Facebook post with his wife, Tracy. He says, "Happy 10th wedding anniversary, Tracy. What a fantastic adventure we're sharing together. I'm so grateful to have you by my side, honey. Time flies, but you're as constant as the Northern Star. I love you so much. Forever your boy, Dan." They got married April 2015, so they've been married 10 years. Now, Tay at the bottom says, "Why are you on Tinder if you married?" So she sends me another message saying that she sent him one more message before blocking him. She says, "I didn't grab a screenshot, but it said, 'Daniel, I hope that you're having a good night now that Tracy knows you're attempting to cheat on her in her own home. You wanted to have fun and you desiccated piece of poop. I've certainly had fun effing you. Do you feel effed, Daniel? Because you are effed. You think you learn by now that you're an effing moron. When will you learn, Daniel? When? Are you too stupid to learn? Watch your effing mouth, you stupid MFer. Make that your personal mantra. There's eyes on you, but you know that, don't you? F around again, you little B word." So she's sitting up here calling him by his name, calling his name several times like he was doing with her before. And she's cussing him out a whole lot. She says, "I copied his style of writing by creepily saying someone's name after a reverence. Also, that was his real phone number. He's not a smart person. Oh, there's other parts of this message on Tinder. He's 48 but thinks he looks 27. More pictures of Daniel and his wife, and this is cringe. He says, "My powwow princess. I'm so proud of you, Tracy." He calls her my powwow princess. That seems pretty gross. Okay, remember she posted on the Facebook page of the police department. She says the police knew who he was based off of that. In the first text exchange, he mentions a false police report. I didn't make a police report. They did. The police made the report. I can only imagine what he's done that they know him so well after he's only lived in that town for a year or so. The wife locked down her Facebook after I messaged her. I don't think she had any clue. And know what I think triggered this? My profile simply was leftist, child-free cat lady, and I look very happy and cute in all my pictures, if I say so myself. His focusing on stepping on my stupid, ugly face is really interesting and terrifying besides his wife's nickname from is face. Trace the face. This man is projecting onto other women what he wants to do to his wife, and I'm so scared for her. She says, I hope he's as scared as I was when I got that first message. And if that man is ever somehow in my vicinity, because he doesn't know what town I live in, I never put that in a dating profile, and gets out of line, I will be on the news. He won't. I am always safely protected within the confines of the law. With his record and mental health history, I don't think he qualifies. He's why women need to protect themselves to such a horrifying degree. Then finally, I close this out the same way that I started this, and that is the tale of Daniel J. Adams, a man who tries to cheat on his wife and then threatens to murder and rape a woman in that order. So that is all that this woman gave, but it's so very interesting how unhinged some of these people get simply because a woman is child-free and happy and a leftist. But the thing is, why would he give all of that information? Who knows? But now he is on the police radar, and now Tracy knows she's married to a crazy dude. What do you think about this crazy tale? Join the conversation, like, comment, and share.